So you wanna be a picture book writer, then you gotta write picture books. And you're gonna need a bucket load of bright ideas for titles, plots, and hooks. If you're partial to prose or you're raring to rhyme, then repeat after me, it's a challenge, but I'm gonna tackle each story 1 month at a time with 12 by 12.
I was so excited to do this webinar because Tasha and Suzy are such great clients, and 12 by 12 is such an amazing organization, as you guys know by now. So whenever I see in a query that someone participates in 12 by 12, that's definitely something that piques my interest. As we are preparing this talk, I said to Suzy and Tasha especially wanted to make sure that we were staying on track, not just talking about ourselves, but like making sure we were giving everyone listening some good, solid takeaways. So I thought one thing we could do was we each came up with 5, Suzy and Tasha thought of 5 things that they were looking for in an agent. And then I came up with 5 things that I look for in my clients. So one of the biggest things is trust. I feel like it's such an important thing that I am able to trust my clients and that they can trust me too. I need to be able to throw out ridiculous ideas like, hey, why don't, what if you made this editorial change? What if you made that? Suzy, I know you were the year in Clown Town. I was a little like, oh, people don't like clowns. You're like,
everyone was like that.
So we padded it in an email to Margot. We gave her like 10 different choices, and that's the one she picked. So I was like, okay.
Yes.
But yeah, just that ability to trust you guys, that you guys know what you're doing. Hopefully you trust that I know what I'm doing.
Again, going back, expertise and experience kind of goes back to the editorial background, and trust. Because I can trust what she's talking about, it doesn't mean that a new agent in the business wouldn't necessarily know, but you need to be kind of enmeshed in it. She was enmeshed in the literary world, and also a love of the picture book. I think having an agent that really is focused on and loves children's books is really important, because it's a very special genre. So somebody that loves it and gets it, I think that's really important.
My number one was the editorial thing, because I have a lot of friends who have excellent relationships with their agents, and their agents just basically expect to get a manuscript when it's ready to go, polished, no edits, send it right out the door. And that would not work for me, because deep down inside, people might not know this, but I am really a strict perfectionist when it comes to myself. I'm really harsh on myself. And if I felt like it had to be perfect and polished before it went out the door, I'd probably write 1 manuscript a year. I'd be holding on to it for months. I'd be moving commas around, and it would be not conducive to a good career. So instead, I've very deliberately taken an approach to counteract that, which I think of as the stay scrappy and fail fast approach, where if I write a manuscript, I think of a story, I write it fairly quickly. I send it to my critique group, and then I do revisions fairly quickly. My critique group often think I'm nuts because I'm changing things really fast. And then once I think it's in pretty good fighting shape, I'll send it to Rachel and I'll be like, do you think this has legs? Do you think this has any potential? And it's either, I think this is great, we should think about where we're going to send it, or absolutely not, I see no marketability whatsoever, but I haven't spent that much time on it anyway. Or usually the middle, which is, this is great, I see some potential, but here are some notes. And then we have a little bit of back and forth. Sometimes the timing works out so wonderfully where we'll both be on email at the same time, and we'll be just shooting like different ideas at each other, and it almost feels like the world's best critique partner. And I know that if she loves something from the outset, I can trust that, right? And so I don't have to worry so much. And all of that makes me feel like I could be more prolific and experiment and have the freedom to try things. And I mean, just the other day I sent you something, well, maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, I sent you something and you weren't so into it, and I kind of agreed with you. And yeah, it's a little bit painful for a moment, but it's also like, okay, moving on.
But I think I told you why I didn't think it was.
Yeah. And you're always right on with that stuff.
Do it together, so never you fear. It's a handy little way to help you kick into gear. You're amazing, exciting. Look out, 'cause you're writing 12 by 12. 12 manuscripts. 12 by 12. 12 picture books. 12 by 12.